interested in breaking it up per person. So if you do, now this is for double occupancy, so this is for 2 people, of course. Now, if you do want a single occupancy, like if you want your own room and you don't want to share it with anybody, it is going to be the $698 minus the port cost. Now, in order to get the port cost, it changes rapidly, frequently. So you have to reach out to the travel agent at the time of booking, at the time of paying, before you can know exactly what that port card is. But ballparking is somewhere around $75, $80 roughly, you know, maybe a little bit less, a little bit more, but that's a good ballpark for the port cost. So if you wanted your own room, it would probably be somewhere around the $625-ish range. So that'll kind of give you an idea. But again, the room for per person is $349.29 per person. This is what it looks like from the view from your room. So this is what you'll be looking at inside. Those windows are actually the promenade view rooms. So you can kind of get an idea of what the area and what the view is going to look like. Now, if you don't want a promenade view, if you wanted something, if you want a baller, if you're like Bacchus and you want to ball out of control, you can upgrade your cabin and you can get a ocean view. Now, this is the ocean view room. It has a, this is a single bed, but you can have double beds in the room. And it has a view to the ocean, that little round window back there. If you pull the sheets or pull the curtains way, you will see the ocean. Now, this room is $766.58 for the room, and that breaks down to $383.29 per person. Again, if you want to do a single room for this, just subtract the port cost from the $766, and you would have the single room for that. Now, there's also an option of you getting a ocean view balcony. Sorry, there's an action view in an ocean view balcony. This is what the ocean view balcony room looks like. You get your own balcony. It's a really nice room. It's pretty much a suite, basically. You get to walk out, sit on the balcony, get a drink, look at the ocean. Very, very nice. This room is $1,034.58. If you wanted to do that, that breaks down to $512.29 per person if you wanted to do that. Now, the only room that is with the group is the promenade view room that I showed you, the first one. That's the only one that you'll be next to the group. If that doesn't matter to you, then you can pick any one of those other rooms, and you'll get that particular price. So just wanted to let you know, if you pick the ocean view or the ocean view balcony, those will not be next to anybody, unless you specifically got them with another couple, another person next to them. Otherwise, you can pick the promenade view, and then we would all be in one group. But like I said, if that's not important, then you can go with any one of these cabins. Now, here's a less expensive cabin. This is an interior cabin. It has no room, has no windows. It's just a basic cabin. Again, this has a single bed, but it'll be in a double bed if you wanted it to. For these costs, you have to reach out to Stacy. I couldn't get an actual cost on that interior cabin. It's cheaper than the $698. I think Stacy was looking at it, and she said it was somewhere around the ballpark of, between $640 and $660 or something. It's not a huge difference from the original one, but that's an option if you wanted to get an interior cabin with no room. It's a little bit cheaper, about $50, $60 cheaper, but you have that option. I just want to let you know. And again, this cabin is not with the group, and that's when if you want to call Stacy. Now, here's the juicy part of the whole presentation, the payment option. Now, payments are due by September the 25th for the $150 deposit, that's the first deposit. Now, I got an asterisk by that, because here's the asterisk for, if you want to get the cabins together, the $150 is due as soon as possible, and I put 5 to 7 days, and I'll go to a little more detail about that. The cabins that that's on the ship now that are close to each other are currently available, but she can't hold the cabins unless you get a deposit. So those cabins, we talked about this maybe about 3 or 4 days ago. Those cabins probably, they could be taken by now. I don't think so, because the cruise is not until January. But she said that if you want to be together, everybody who wants to get together has to put the $150 down ASAP. When you do the $150, you get a cabin number and you will be assigned a room, which will be right in that same group of where we will all be. Now, if that isn't a concern to you, if you do not care about being next to the group and being with everybody, then you can do this option, which is a $50 deposit, which is due by September the 25th. Now, that will not hold your room number. It will just lock in that price of that $698. You will have to pay the final amount by the and I'll give you the final amount, the final amount date, but you have to pay the final amount. When you pay the final amount, you will be issued a room number, but you won't get the room number when you do the $50 deposit. That just locks in the price saying that you want to go. The final payment is due by November the 13th, 2022. So you got a couple of months to get the final payment in. So if you did the $50 down and then you want to make your final payment, you would have to, have the final payment in by the 13th, get your $50 in by September the 25th. And remember, if you do the $50 one, you do not you don't get your room number. You will only get it after you make that payment. Now, there are options of getting discounts. Stacy mentioned that we could get some discounts on cabins. One of the discounts, if you were in the military, if you have military, served in the military in a period of time, there's no guarantee. I want to make sure that I state that, but there may be a chance you can get a discount. Or if you were a member of Royal Caribbean's program, they have certain frequent ship programs that give member discounts. So if you've cruised with Royal Caribbean in the past and you are a member of one of their programs, you can get a discount. Or sometimes Royal Caribbean run day sales. So if you book the trip and you're on Royal Caribbean's website or you're on some other program and you hear, hey, Royal Caribbean's running a day sale, there's a chance you may be able to take advantage of that day sale. So just kind of keep that in mind. Now, here is the logistics on getting there and back. So there's a couple of options that I found to get there and get back. Option number one is renting a van. I looked at getting a 7-passenger van. That's a Chrysler Pacifica van. Now, if we do the van, we would pick the van up. Someone pick the van up on January 26th, which is the day before, and return it on the 31st, which is the day after. The cost of this van, the 7-passenger van, is about $533. Now, we may be able to get it. The price may change because this is all the way in January. So just I'm using these prices as of today. There has a 19-gallon tank. The average gas price today is $3.50. That's just per gallon. That's just an average. It fluctuates back and forth. So don't know what it's going to be in January, but I'm just using today's prices. With that calculation, it takes about $66.50 to fill it up. It will take about $133 total gas cost. That's going there and back because this van is 27 miles per gallon on the highway. One tank will go roughly about 513 miles, which means that we'll be able to make it there and back. We made to make it there on a tank of gas, basically. So that's why I did one tank going and a tank going back. Now, these are just estimates, depending on luggage, people, that we may not get the fuel efficiency as we think, but that's just a ballpark on what I think it would be. The distance, of course, is 490 miles from Atlanta to Port Canaveral. So we'll probably be within a full tank of getting there. If we did this route, and parking, parking is at Cape Canaveral is $68 a day, $68 or $17 per day, $68 total. So that would be the total amount you would pay to park at Cape Canaveral. Now there are discount parking available. Just you would have to park at a lot that's close to Cape Canaveral where the ships are, and then you take a shuttle there. Those parking range anywhere from $4 to $5 a day up to $12, $13 a day. You can use that. That's an option. I just wanted to throw that out there. But if you want to park at the port and actually just walk over to the ship, it's going to be about $68 for that. That breaks down a total of $734 or $104.85 per person if we rented a van. That's with 7 people on. So that is a little more expensive. The option that I think is going to be the best option is going to be the carpool option. And let me show you kind of what, if you, and I just put a blank car up there because everybody has a different car. If we did the carpool option and did 4 people, average tank for the average car in the US is right around 15 gallons plus or minus. Gas prices again, $3.50. And then I'm assuming that, you know, it will, your car will get there on the full tank and back. Get there on the full tank and then fill up and come back. So if you use that math, you're looking at $105 total gas. Again, parking is $68. That brings the per person charge down to $43.25 per person. And then you would just, we would find people who'd be willing to drive, and then you would give them money for gas. And that would be the total cost. It would be $43.25. That would be total round trip. That wouldn't be just one way. So as you can see, that would be cheaper. And even if you do the math, you know, even if the tank goes up a little bit and the gas go up a little bit, and even on the rental van, if the cost goes down a little bit, it'll have to go down a lot in order for it to make sense to do the van. So this way is the option number 2 is probably the preferred option of doing it. And we would just need to find people who'd want to drive, and then people who would want to chip in for the gas and everything. There's a third option, and there's a go it on your own. Again, you drive your car, you pay for parking, you pay for gas on your own. Again, you just have to get in your car, you're by yourself or with, you know, whoever you're taking, and you drive down, you pay for parking, and then you come back. And then of course that cost would depend on, you know, a lot of what your gas and what your pricing was. So that's option number 3. So I mean, we may have a hybrid option. We may have people do, you know, 1, 2, and 3. I think 2 and 3 probably going to be the most common, but that's why I'm putting it up here. I'm giving you the information so that everybody can make a informed decision on which option they'd want to do to get there and get back. Now, here's the question. You say you want to go, what do you do? All right, first thing is, this is Stacy's information. She has been informed. She has everything set up. That's her email. So first thing to do would be to email her. And then wait 48 hours. And then if you don't hear anything back from the email, then you would call her at that particular number. In the email line, and again, I'm going to send all this information to you, so you don't have to write this down if you don't want to, but if you want to, you can. In the email line, just in the subject, put in Harold's group cruise, Harold Alexander's group cruise. In the body of the email, you just enter your first and last name, you give them your phone number, and then you give them which cabin you're interested in. And also if you apply for any discounts. If you say I'm in the military, I cruise with Royal Caribbean in the past, will a discount apply to me? Put all of that information in the body of the email, and then Stacy will get back to you with if any discounts would apply. If you do not hear from her after 48 hours, which I guarantee you will, email me. That's my email right there. You can get that down, and then you can reach out to me if you have any questions, anything that pops up. Now, some frequently asked questions, some questions popped up in the comments, and then some that just came up. So I just wanted to answer some questions about cruising. The first question is, do you need a passport? The answer is no. A birth certificate and driver's license will do. However, passports are recommended. If you are left behind and you're left by the cruise on Nassau, you will need a passport in order to get to the airport to fly out. I double checked this for Nassau Airport, and you do need a passport to fly out of Nassau's airport, even if you are a US citizen. But if you don't get left behind, just to get on the cruise, and if you don't plan on being left behind in Nassau, a birth certificate and driver's license will be perfectly fine. The next question is, do you need to be fully vaccinated? The answer is no. Non-vaccinated people can sail. They have testing requirements 3 days prior to your cruise. So you'll have to get tested and have a negative test 3 days prior, which would probably be, we're leaving on the 27th. So around the 24th of January, you would have to have a negative test. Now this may change. Stacy is an avid travel agent, and she specializes in cruises. So she said that there's a high probability that they're going to drop this this 3-day prior rule where you have to be a negative test. But as of right now, that's what their requirements are. That's their policy. You have to be negative 3 days prior to testing, and you have to submit that before you can sail. What's the earliest you can arrive before the ship will sail? Now on their website, they say 60 minutes or, is the stated time. I think that's cutting it kind of close. I would probably say 2 hours plus, and probably a little longer than that, maybe closer to 3. Anything can happen on your way to Florida from Atlanta. Flat tire, anything can happen. And cutting it 60 minutes is just a little too risky. So I would give you probably a couple of hours. And if it was me, I would probably get there, since the ship sails at 4 p.m. I would probably try to get there at least by noon or at 1 o'clock. There's things to do on at Cape Canaveral, so you would not be left behind. So that would be something that you would do. So another thing, I forgot about this one. I'm glad I put this in here. Are drinks included in the price? And the answer is no. Hold on, let me move you over because I can't see my thing here. Here we go. Hold on. Okay, so are drinks included? No, tea and juices are included, but not alcohol or soft drinks. Now, you can purchase a drink package that will cover all of your drinks. It'll be unlimited drinks. It'll be unlimited drinks on the cruise and Coco K, which is actually pretty cool because you buy this drink package and all of your drinks on the cruise are covered. And then also when you're on the private island, the drinks are also covered there. You'd have to reach out to Stacy to get the price on that. They have different drink packages. But Stacy would be able to give you that information if you are interested in getting an all-inclusive drink package. And I'm gonna pull that up. So with that being said, I'm gonna open it up for questions and see if anybody has anything that they want to ask. Now would be the time. Just raise your hand and I will answer them. All right, Bacchus, you're up first. You're muted. You're muted.
How much are the drink packages?
I don't know.
Oh, damn.
She just said that it was she said it was pricey is all she said, but you would reach out to her and she would find out. Let me show you. I left this I think I still have it up here. Hold on, let me see if I still got the drink package.
Yeah.
I'll have to get it, but she'll be able to tell you that, but I don't know. I don't know what the price is. Was that the only question?
Yeah, I'm curious. I'm interested, but I'm gonna let you know later. I got a lot of stuff. I got Iceland around that time, so let me look at that and see how I could feng shui, make sure I could do both. So this is just like a long weekend thing we're doing. We're pulling up, we're pulling out, right?
Basically,
Right.
yeah. So
okay, cool. Thanks.
All right, Cardo.
Yeah, so that cost per person option that you had for if you want a room by yourself, if people want a room by themselves, the cost per person price that you had, that's not the price for a room by yourself. For a room by yourself, you have to pay that full 2-person cost, right? Am I right?
You paid a full 2-person cost minus the port cost.
Okay, got it.
So
okay,
so the full, yeah. So if it was the $698, it would be, you pay $698 minus port cost, because the rooms, they do double occupancy. So you're paying that $698 is the cost for the room plus port cost for 2 people. So you would just drop 1 person and then that would be your cost.
Okay, yeah, that was my only question. That and the drink package, because I think a lot of folks are interested in that drink package. And Dom just said in the comments that he went on a cruise in April and it was about $160 for the drink package.
So 160, okay. Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, they change. So I mean, it was 150 then, it could be 160 now, it could be 180, it could be down to 100. I don't know. So, but you can ask Stacy when you reach out to her, and then you sign up and she'll be able to give it to you.
Yeah, and thanks for great presentation, Harold. Thanks for putting this all together. We appreciate you.
No problem at all. No problem at all. All right. I think Ken, you were. I know you were next in line. So go ahead.
Well, two questions. One, drinks, that's fine, but is food included or is everything?
Yes.
It's just okay. Cool.
Yeah. The only thing that's not included is drinks. Everything else is included.
Question about, can you drink in your room? Like, you know what I'm saying? Can we bring bottles with us and put in our luggage? Like how we go on the airport, bring the nips?
You know what? I don't know the policy on that. I don't know if anybody's done that. I've never done that, and I never even asked about bringing. I assume you can. I don't think they check your luggage. But
so it's not like an airport. Okay.
No. I mean, you walk on the cruise. I mean, I don't think they scan your luggage or anything. So I think you can probably bring your own alcohol, but I mean, I don't know.
Answer my question then.
Okay, so someone said you cannot bring your own alcohol on the liquor on the boat. So that I did not know. So, but I mean, I think it's one of those things to where they frown on it, but I don't think they check or scan, but if they do, then they'll make you throw it out kind of like that. So, but you know, you want to make sure you be cautious. So, but if you did bring it, know that if they catch you, they'll throw it out. Yeah, how would put it like that. So was there anything else, Ken?
I'm good. Trust me, I'm asking for a higher liquor. I mean, I've done it numerous times. Okay.
All right, David.
I was wondering, is there like going to be any like live entertainment or like just cruise like activities for everybody?
Yeah. So I'm glad you mentioned that. Let me do this here, and I'm gonna get to you guys in just a minute. Here's the cruise information. Can everybody see my screen? Can you see my screen? Okay. So
yeah, we see it.
So here is the this is the ship. This is what's on the ship. So just kind of give you a breakdown. It was built in 2003. There's one elevator, 5 restaurants. There's 17 bars. There's 3 pools. There's a theater. Now I think, and I have to verify this, I think that theater is more of a performing arts theater where they put on shows and they have shows regularly. And then there's a library. There's a casino. So if you want to gamble. Disco, there's a dance. I do not know if there's karaoke, but I will find out. I'm pretty sure there is. There's a fitness room, children's program if anybody brings kids, internet cafe, spa. So there's some stuff to do on the cruise. Here's the excursions. I'm going to kind of go through this. So if you get there early, if you want to get there maybe a few minutes early, like maybe a few hours early, and you want to do something in Port Canaveral, here are some of the items or the things you can do in Port Canaveral. So, you know, there's a bunch of restaurants, there's, you know, surfing lessons if you want to do that. Here's what you can do in Nassau, and I'm going to send this all to you, so you don't have to worry about, you know, there's a link, and the link is actually up there. But you can, you know, there's afternoon tea, there's chocolate, there's you know, discovering Nassau. You can, you know, do your own winemaking. There's a tour on this little, I guess, little party bus, I guess. Best of Nassau. There's a bike riding, so you can do a bike tour of Nassau. It's $75. Glass bottom boat. There's a walking tour, which is $40. Bahama jet boat, if you want to do that. You know, there's a per hour. So there's a couple of things you can do here. There's a private cigar. The rum tasting, starting at $255. That's, you know, big ballin'. Helicopter tour. So there's a lot of things to do in Nassau if you want to, you know, do something like that. So, and there's stuff to do on the boat as well. I'll try to get an itinerary for everybody and get that taken care of. So, Rachel? Oh, wait a minute, David, I'm sorry, David, was that your last question? Did you have anything else?
Oh, that was it. Thank you.
Okay, all right, sorry. Okay. Is it Rochelle?
Rochelle, yeah.
Rochelle, yes.
I was just wondering, do you have a sense of how far the Ocean View rooms would be from the group?
I don't know exactly, but I can do this. I got a view, a layout of the ship itself, and then we can kind of, I guess, estimate it. So I think, let me scroll up here. Here's the deck plans. So this is the deck plan. So the promenade deck is on the one that she was looking at for us was, I think, on the 7th floor or the 7th port of the ship. I want to say the Ocean View and the other ones are on the higher ones. I think they go up. I think it's up. So I think it may be 6 or 7, but I think it's going to be at least a floor or 2 up from the group. So it won't be close. I mean, but it's not going to be like super far away. But I don't know the exact ones, how far it is, but I mean, it's a boat, so it can't be but so far. But I don't think it's going to be crazy bad.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Who did the not? Oh, Jewel. Jewel.
Hey.
Hey.
Okay. Like I just got off of a cruise a couple of months ago, and I know that I had to pay like gratuity charges up front. Well, I could pay it up front, or like, towards the end of the cruise, you get, you have to go to customer service and, pay the gratuity or whatever with your credit card. But is that some extra that we have to pay? Is that going to be included in the price or extra? And also, what about travel insurance, just in case, something, happens along the way, and, we put this money up and then just something unforeseen happens?
Both great questions. The first one, as far as the gratuity, I do not think it's included. I think that's extra. I'd have to verify that with Stacy, but I can find that out and let you know. The travel insurance would be on your own discretion. That would be something, and it's on. I have it on here. So I'm going to share my screen one more time, and then so you guys can see this. The travel insurance is right here. So if you want to, drive by travel insurance, you can go here and you can get it, and you request a quote. I got travel insurance in the past. I normally always get travel insurance, and I want to say it's not crazy bad, but it's an option, and you can get it at your own discretion. So if you want to get it, you can get a quote, find out how much it is, and then let you know. It's not included in the price. So you would have to add that on after the fact, but it's available if you want to do that. Did I answer your questions? Okay. All right. Radiance?
Hello.
Hi, I like that name.
Thank you. I was wondering, what is the roommate situation? How is that decided?
That's up to you. You get to find your own roommate, and you would pick your own roommates. I mean, that's completely up to you. You would want to find somebody, you cool with. And I'm pretty sure there are people in here that would be really interested in, roommating and having, fun and, enjoying. And I see Bacchus, don't do that, Bacchus. I see there are tons of people who probably want a roommate. So I don't think you're going to have a problem finding a roommate, but it would be your discretion and your discretion only. If you, find somebody who want to pay the cost, if they're not even in the group, and you have a good friend and they want to come that you have roommate with in the past, have them, give them this information, ask if they can come. And then if they can, you can roommate with them. If you don't have that option, you can post something in the chat, and somebody who's interested in roommating with you will be able to do that. I'm glad. And actually that brings up another point. So, and I'm gonna get to everybody's questions, but what we're going to do is after November the 13th, that's when the final payment is due. After everybody has made their final payment, we're going to have 2 other meetings, one late November, early December, and the other one in January. And those particular meetings are going to be logistics meetings. They're going to be who don't have a roommate, who needs a roommate, who wants to drive. Do you have all your documents together? You got your driver's license, you got your birth certificate, you need help getting something. We're going to have a logistics meeting in November for everybody who wants to go. And then, so it'll help people. And then we'll have another one. The one in January will be just a final top off meeting to say, hey, this is kind of, you know, what we're going to be doing. This is the final suggestion. Any last minute changes, anybody has a car that want to not be a driver or something like that, we're going to add all of that. So we'll have those 2 meetings after everyone has paid and after the final one. I don't want to do it prior to that because too many things happen and you don't know if people are going to really do it or not. So after that final payment is due, then we'll have those 2 other meetings to get everything down. So everybody who do not have a roommate, don't worry. I mean, we'll put together a side thing to match people up if need be. So, Baka, you had your hand up, so I'm gonna let you go with.
Yeah, I saw something on that little spreadsheet there. Are they gonna have children on this cruise? Bunch of little mini people.
Well, I mean, it's a cruise, man. So.
So this is not one of them themed cruises where it's like adults only, you know, turn
No.
up. Yada yada. Nah.
No. No.
All right, man.
There-
I'm
there is-
curious.
I mean-
Thank you. Appreciate it.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Fucking little kids.
All right, Simone.
Yeah, I saw some people in the chat saying something about a bus. I was wondering if anybody had any logistics on that. And then I also wanted to see if for people who wanted like the ocean view, if we were able to talk to Stacy and have us all like grouped together, because I know a lot of people in the chat were talking about that as well.
Say that first question again about the bus.
Yeah, like a bus from Atlanta to there.
You talking about like renting a bus or catching a bus?
Renting a bus.
I mean, that's possible. That would probably fall under the van area. We would, I think, it would depend on the cost of it. I mean, but it's definitely doable. The thing about a bus is the logistics of it would be, renting it and then having someone drive it there. And then if you're talking about renting a bus and having a driver, then the driver would drop us off and then pick us up, which is a little risky.
I looked at renting a bus before for an event in the future, and it's a high cost. The options that you presented with renting a 7-passenger van or us carpooling there are way more affordable than a bus. I think.
Okay.
It costs a lot to rent a bus, Simone, if we just do it specifically for the group.
Because I know like I forgot your friend's name, but I know like he owns buses. So it could literally just be like, hey, we pay for your cab and you drive us there kind of thing.
Yeah, I'll hit him up. I'll hit him up and see what he thinks.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, you got the prices on what things are like. So, I mean, when we break it down to per person, I mean, if it's in that realm, then, we could always do that. So, and also on your other question, Simone, about the ocean view, yes, that is possible so the ocean view and the ocean view with a balcony, 2 separate ones. I think they're on 2 separate floors, if I'm not mistaken. And I have to check that, but you can definitely get an ocean view together if you wanted to. That shouldn't be a problem. The thing about getting things together is timing. Like right now, all the rooms are open, right? They're all available. Someone could be planning just like we are, and they could go in and book up some of those rooms. So it's all about getting there on time. So if you do want rooms together, then you want to book them together. Like you want to find everybody who wants an ocean view. And then it's 2 per room, right? So if you want like 3 rooms together, you got 6 people. You get all 6 people who want ocean view rooms, and then you have the money and you all submit it right around the exact same time. You don't have to do it on the exact day, but you have to do it around the same time. Otherwise, if one person does it one week and another person does it the next week, you're probably gonna be far, like back, like not close to each other. Like you may be on one and then you may be down the road from another one. So if for people who do want to do ocean view rooms together, definitely a possibility. Before you get with Stacy, find out how many rooms, because that's the first thing she's going to ask out of her mouth is, well, how many rooms are you going to need? find out how many people want ocean view rooms together. If you just want an ocean view room and not together, it doesn't matter. But if you want an ocean view room together, find out how many are in here, get together, and then make sure you can get your payments of $150 as close to the same time as possible. Otherwise, it probably won't work, and I don't want you to be upset.
Hey,
Did I answer
Harold,
your
is there
question,
any?
Simone? Oh, sorry. Did I answer your question, Simone? You're
Yes.
muted. It is okay. Okay. All right. I want to make sure I answer your question. Go ahead, Ricardo.
Hey, is there any way for you to create a poll to see who all's going? Because we got 50 people in here. I know a few people left out, but do you have that capability? I'm just curious to see what the numbers are like because people are asking about the ocean view and whatnot. So I'm just curious to see.
Yeah. Now I've never done a poll before. Do you know how to do it?
It's not letting me. It doesn't give me the option to
It
create.
doesn't.
one.
Okay. Can you walk me through the polls?
Let's see here. There's normally like a tab at the bottom of your Zoom, and it'll give you the options. Like it's like might be to the far right, and it says like options, and you can do create poll. Now I'm thinking the poll. I don't know if you have that down there. It depends on how you create the Zoom. Like when you create the Zoom, you have to create it so that it allows for polls. But you can do like a create a poll. And I'm thinking question, if you're able to do it, question 1 can be who's going on a cruise. Question 2 can be who's doing the ocean package.
Gotcha.
Do you have
Okay.
you have that ability?
I'm looking right now. Hold on. Let me see. Maybe it's add an app.
Just to give us a general idea, because even though there's 90 people RSVP, 50 people showed up, but we still don't know what the ultimate breakdown is going to be. I'm going regardless, but I'm just curious to see what our see where we're at on it. I think a lot of people seem to be interested and are curious.
I got you. Yeah, I'm looking now. Let me hunt for this, and I'll try to answer questions while I do that.
All right.
So I don't see anybody else have any questions. That tells me either they're not interested or I did a very good job at covering everything. So I'm not sure which one it is, but I will take the silence as that you guys are got everything together. Okay, Jackie, I see you had your hands up. Yes. Jackie, if you're muted, you gotta unmute yourself. Let's see. So, Jackie, I can't hear you. So if you try unmuting, if you still have a question, sorry. Okay, I'm trying to find a poll. So let me do the poll on the chat. So do me a favor in the chat, type yes if you're interested in going. And then because I can't seem to do the poll yet, so just we want to get just a very quick simmer to see who's all interested. Okay, all right. So looks good so far. Okay, so you have up until everybody who did not answer yes. Can you do a count for me, Ricardo, and find out how many yeses these are?
Yeah, I'll do an informal count real quick.
Okay. So anybody who, if you want to make up your mind later, you have up until the 25th of September. Now, just remember, if you do want to be with the group, then, you want to make up your mind as soon as possible. If you don't want to be with the group, it doesn't matter. As a matter of fact, after the 25th rolls around, that only just loses that price. If the price goes up and you want to go, like if you change your mind in October and you want to go, then you can still go. You just won't pay that $698 price. You'll pay a different price, but you'll still be able to go. I mean, you'll be able to go until the cruise gets booked, until the cruise gets totally full. You'll be able to go. So just wanted to keep that in mind. And so if you change your mind in November and decide you want to come, you're good.
All right, so we got 22 who said they're going, and like you said, we still have a little time to kind of figure out the details, and folks can figure out that ocean view option if they want. So I think that's good.
Yeah. So okay, I guess Jackie probably didn't have a question, but her hand.
Okay, yes, I do. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Go ahead.
Okay, I missed the pricing and everything. I
Oh,
forgot
you
about this.
did. It's $99 a night. I'm kidding.
Okay.
I'm joking. I'm joking. It is $698. Well, hold on. Let me pull up the thing and I'll show you again. So let's go here and then let's go. So the price is, can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, so the promenade, so we have different cabins, you know, for the view. So this is the promenade view. And this is if you want to be with the group. That's $698 a night. I mean, $698, I'm sorry, for the entire cruise, which breaks down to $349 per person. So if you know, that's based on a double occupancy. So if you have somebody with you, you would only have to pay $349. Yeah. So if you want the room by yourself, let's say you don't want to roommate with someone, you'd have to pay the $698 minus the port cost. So the port cost is like $75, $80 roughly. So you would pay that. So you'd be paying right around six.
No, I want a room with somebody.
Okay, but I just want to give you that option. Just to give you that option. So that's the price. Now, if you wanted to do, that's what the view is from the promenade. You didn't see this part of the presentation, right?
No, I forgot, and I just got on not long ago.
Okay, so I'll go through these real quick. So this is what the view looks like from the promenade view, from your window. So that's what you would see. Now, if you wanted an upgraded cabin, there's an ocean view cabin. This is a upper cabin. It is, you know, with the ocean view, the little round circle is the window. That one's $766 for double occupancy. Again, that's $383 per person. And then if you wanted, you know, one by yourself, then it would be, again, you know, $766 minus the port cost. If you wanted an ocean view with a balcony, that's what the ocean view with the balcony room looks like. You'll see the little chairs out there. That's your balcony. That one's $1,034 for that, and it is $517.29 per person.
Okay.
Did I answer your questions?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, there's one more. I'm sorry. There's the interior. So if you want an interior, these are a little bit cheaper, but we don't have a cost on it. They're less than the $698 though. They're $640, $650 roughly. But they're just a cabin. They're interior. But you'd have to call Stacy, and I have her information if you want more information on that.
So what is the view on the outside? So the promenade is only that it just looks like that outside of those rooms?
Yes.
Because I've never seen it. I've never seen that. So was this in the basement? No,
this is the promenade. So this is where people go. You'll see there's restaurants down there, there's shopping. So this is what you would see. Those little glass, you see the glasses up on the second floor. Those are the windows from your room.
Oh, okay. So the windows not facing the ocean.
No. Those are facing inside of the ship.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah, the ones that are facing the ocean is here.
Or the ocean view. Okay.
Yeah. Did that make sense?
Okay, I got it.
Okay. All right. And share. Okay. Will?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Can you share the schedule again? Is it just Nassau is the main location? Is that the only?
No. It's a private island too. Hold on. It is. Let me see here. Let me see here. The schedule itinerary. Here it is. So this is the itinerary. First, it is we leave the port, Nassau, which is from 9 to 5. Coco K, which is a private island, will be there from 7 to 5. And then we arrive back at Port Canaveral on that Monday. So it's Nassau and Coco K. And this is Coco K if you've never seen it. It's a private island that's owned by Royal Caribbean. I want to say another cruise ship owns it, but it's a private island. So you go there, you have all of the amenities. You have a beach, you know, the Daredevil like water slide. There's a restaurant. There's a swim up bar, so you can actually swim up to the bar. Now, I mentioned this earlier, but they have a drink package. And if you get the drink package, it's all you can drink on the ship and at Coco K. So when you're on the island, all your drinks will be included. If you get the drink package, which is not included in the price, that's an extra cost. But if you wanted to, that's an option.
Okay.
Harold, just a quick question. on the link that someone posted, they show all the drinks have a fee schedule. So we sure that the other drinks like water and juice are free, or is it because of this package?
The juices, I mean, just like it's like apple juice, orange juice. Those are covered. Soft drinks are not. Soft drinks like Pepsi, Coke, those are not. And then and of course alcohol drinks are. But from what I was informed, juices are covered. Tea.
Okay, so it's like a fountain thing. Type.
Yeah.
Okay,
it's
cool.
like a fountain. Yeah, like
As long as it wasn't like $20 for water and stuff like that. Like, okay, I got you, bro.
No. It's not like that. It's the juices and everything is covered in there. It's just soft drinks. There's a soft drink package too. I forgot to mention that. If anybody wanted that, you can get a soft drink package, which is a little bit cheaper. It's mostly for kids. So if you have a child and you wanted to have something, that would be an option. But for the most part, yeah. Anybody? Did I answer your question, Jen? Did I answer your question?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Thanks, bro.
Okay. Jackie, yeah.
Yes. Is there like a deadline for deposit? I missed all that too.
Yes, I'm sorry. Hold on. Let me yes, the deposit is I'll show you that screen too. Hold on, give me 1 second. Share my screen. I should just leave it up now that I think about it. Payment information.
And also with the alcohol, is it still, were you still allowed to take 2 bottles of alcohol? Do they still allow that?
From what I was getting, the alcohol bringing on board is not allowed. You have to buy it or buy the package or buy it by individuals.
It's wine. Maybe it's wine that you can, it's something.
Yeah,
Well, do me a favor. I don't want to. I don't want to give invalid information. So for that particular thing, Stacy, which is the travel agent, she would be able to answer that more accurately than I would on that. So, but what she told me was that drinks were not included in the price. Alcohol and soft drinks were not included in the price, and that you can there's a drink package that you can get. But here's the go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Carl.
Oh, I'm sorry, Harold. We're gonna post a recording for folks who may have missed it. We'll post it in the comments, and when the event itself is created, we'll also post the link to this information session there too, just for folks who missed some information earlier.
Okay, but yeah, so this is the breakdown of it. The 150 is due by September the 25th. Now that is if you want to be with the group, Jackie. If you don't want to be with the group, if you don't care where your cabin is, then you only have to give $50 by September the 25th. The $50 does not give you a cabin number. That just locks in your price. And then you pay your final payment by November the 13th. And then that will be the balance of that room. Remember, you have to pay for the whole room, right? So you would pay that, and once you pay your final payment, then you will be assigned a room number. So what Stacy told me, and I think I left this off, but I'll tell you what Stacy told me, that if you pay the $50 and when the final payment due of November the 13th, you may want to reach out to her and see if there are rooms available with the group, because there may be rooms available. If there are rooms available near the group, then she will still put